Hello. Welcome to episode 445 of Prog Review. Today, we're going to the cinema. It's taken by storm by Roddy Bogawa, and it is a documentary about the art and life of Storm Thorgerson. As it says on the front, this man designed half your record collection, or if you like progressive rock, probably 90% of your record collection. This is an independent. This is an independently distributed movie. So you'll have to go to the website. I will include a link in the description. Don't worry, I won't be making any money out of this. I'm just doing it as a favour. I don't think you'll be able to get it on Amazon, but you never know. You never know what might happen these days. I can't remember how I came across it. I don't know if there was a link on a link somewhere, but I thought I'll have a punt, pay out me $25, and see what arrived. And again, it's a work that's been it's a long time in the making, and it details the work of Storm Thorgerson and Hypnosis, and Aubrey Powell. He plays quite a big part in it. There's some great interviews. Robert Plant, Peter Gabriel, Dave Gilmour is on there as well, and you really do get to see from the very beginning. He talked. It's about his life. He starts, his childhood and how he got into, the visual arts, and how just by pure bravado, they got into making album covers. The very first being Saucerful of Secrets by Pink Floyd. It's amazing that is the very first album cover that Storm Thorgerson worked on. You get a background into the workings of the man, and how how he worked, and his inspirations, and the wit and wisdom of Storm Thorgerson and everyone else who worked with him at the time. And you get some very interesting background to the album covers. The many album covers that he'd been involved in. And again, if anybody is interested in progressive rock or music in general, I think you really should have an interest in the work of Storm Thorgerson, because they made the album sleeve an artistic statement. They turned something quite benign into something remarkable and unusual and eye-catching and amazing all at once. And like I say, there's some great stories on this. Again, there's Steve Miller, Cranberries, Bars Volta, Biffy Clyro, people from those bands talking as well. And it's 85 minutes, and there's about another 25 minutes of extras as well. I thought it was an interesting piece of work. Now, there is a caveat. There is a caveat here. Even though it's on DVD, the quality of it is a little bit rough and ready. It's 4:3 in aspect ratio, so it's very much for the television, or the old television. It's not 16:9 or anything, so that gives it an unusual feeling. It feels a lot older than it is. When you watch it, you think, God, was this done in the 80s or 90s? But it wasn't. It was done, from what I gather, quite recently. The other unusual thing about it is this was made when Storm Thorgerson was still alive, so he's very much at the heart of this documentary. He's all over it. That gives it added authority. But it also makes it out of its time, because even though this was released posthumously, all the interviewees still talk about Storm Thorgerson in the present tense, which is a bit jarring when you feel like it should have been a memorial thing. Again, this is just a tiny quibble, but it just felt unusual to me that this had come out when it came out after the fact rather than before the fact. But I guess the filmmaker had a lot of trouble getting distribution for this and getting this film out. But saying that, on the other hand, it is a remarkable piece of work, you know, because you really get a feeling for the man, you get a real feeling for the time. Again, Storm Thorgerson talks very well about, you know, the 60s and the 70s and what it was like to deal with these rock bands and, you know, being, you know, very much of the time. And also that's without the actual artwork that's featured, and you know how he did these various artworks and, you know, the various costs involved and the things that went wrong, because invariably things always seem to go wrong, from beds on beaches to inflatable pigs, and pigs might fly. Yeah, a fascinating work, and it's the sort of thing that you'd kind of see on BBC Four on a Friday night. Those of you in the UK or who have access to BBC Four will know exactly what I mean when I say BBC Four on a Friday night. Yes, we have all the music documentaries on them. So I'm surprised that Roddy Bogawa hasn't approached the BBC, because I'm sure they'll be happy to put this on. Maybe it's already been on, I've missed it, I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought it was fascinating work, if a little expensive. You pay a premium for helping the independent artist, and I can only recommend it. You know, it's you know, if you're interested in Storm Thorgerson and Pink Floyd, you know, you will find this absolutely a fascinating watch. You know, and again, it's sad that we lost a visionary, because he really was. He was a real. When you watch this, he was a visionary, and so were all the people who worked with him. They were all, you know, there, and they all had all these amazing ideas, you know. And I know their time has seemed to have come and gone with the advent of digital downloads and little JPEGs and that. But you know, with the resurgence of vinyl, you know, you never know. These people may have had a comeback. But yeah, it's a real sad. It's sad that he's no longer with us. So yeah, in terms of a rating, again, it's a bit of a tricky one, because there's no. I don't think. I mean, there's the books. There's Storm Thorgerson's books, which are different. They're different because they're books. They're not documentary. It's hard to judge this. I mean, I got a lot from it. I found it interesting, and I will. This would be one of those things that I'll watch quite a few times. So I mean, you know, it was well worth the money. God damn it. I'm going to give this. I'm going to turn it to the back. I'm going to give this 5 prisms out of 5. 5 prisms out of 5, because it's really good. It's really good. It's fascinating. I got a lot from it. It's expensive, but it's a quality thing, and I like the design. I like it's in a digi book. There's some nice pictures there, and I don't know if you can see that. I think that's from the Cranberries' Wake Up and Smell the Coffee little thing, and there's a lovely DVD in the middle there, all bright. And that's it. So yeah, I think that's fair. I will put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. And that's it. My name's Darren Locke. I've been talking about Taken by Storm, a documentary by Roddy Bogawa. And yeah, do take the time to check this one out. A good one. And that's it. Right, there's only one more thing to say. Okay. You ready? Prog on.